A safe environment. Obviously, a drug dealer's house is not a safe environment. Obviously, if people are getting drunk every night and screaming at each other, it's not a safe environment. I needed the ability during the day to make phone calls. I wasn't able to do that anywhere. I wasn't able to do that at Shannon Alvarado's because she was afraid somebody would hear her daughter screaming in the background and think she was abusing her. So I couldn't do the things that I needed to do, the things that Shannon said I could do when I got there. You know, it was my second night there, maybe my third night at the most, when I realized that Shannon was an alcoholic. It's not much different from being with meth heads. It's not. They have the same brains. At my dad's house, what he had to say was more important than my experience. That's the thing. You can't tell people that you're autistic, or automatically they assume that you're retarded and you must be wrong. I needed help. I am pissed off to this day because the people who promised to help me how I needed, none of them followed through. Not Danica, not Shannon, not Peaches. None, not even one. I need a safe place. A place where I can sit down and work on this stuff and not have to be worried about having to move over an argument that's got nothing to do with me. An argument that I'm not even involved in. I need a place where I'm not going to be treated like shit because all of my resources were took, or be treated like I'm a financial burden. I don't ask for much. I really don't. And everything that I ask for, I shouldn't have to ask for. Before Natalie died, I had a roof over my head. I had internet access. I just needed help. I offered $20 an hour to get help, to collect evidence, to show what the fuck has been going on, to get some actual goddamn help. But these people wouldn't come forward. They kept saying that they would, and then making excuses why they couldn't. They are excuses. They are excuses. Shannon Alvarado, you got them videos. Danica can see those. The thing is, Danica Garner belongs in prison, Shannon, you don't. You didn't do those things to be mean or malicious. You did those things because you're an alcoholic. And that's not my fault. But I get treated like shit for it anyway. Because you won't admit that you're an alcoholic. Now see, that's where Danica shows you up like your candy. She at least admits that she's got a problem. I admitted everything that I did wrong, and I told you the reasons that I had to. It's because people like you, people like Peaches, kept on promising to help me and never did. Never actually helped. I jumped through your hoops to do what you wanted, for the help that you promised, that you never came through with. The least you can do is be honest with Miss Danica about that. But will you? That, Tony Kovaleski fellow, you could call him and you could tell him just the parts that you know about, Miss Shannon. You and Rick made me feel completely like shit over things that you were doing. I didn't expose those things to be malicious. I exposed those things to show you and the rest of the public what I had to go through every fucking night there at your place. You and Rick going at it like fucking assholes. 'Cause you wouldn't stay sober and because he is a fucking child. Who was it that was aggressive there? Was it me or was it Rick? I'm a much different person in person because I have to be. I have to take the abuse because I have nowhere safe to go. Your place was not safe. Alcoholics are volatile just like meth heads. In exactly the same way. Exactly the same way. Because when you're drunk, you're selfish. And what you have to say is more important than anything else. When you're on meth, what you have to say is more important than anything else or anyone else. Their opinions don't matter. That's why you say the same thing over and over and over again. And I say the same thing over and over and over again because you didn't hear me the first 300 fucking times. I'm not trying to be an asshole by saying that. I needed your help, not your bullshit. I needed your help, not your arguing. I needed you to take the time to do what it is that you said that you would. Now, every night you've got plenty of time for drinking. Couldn't you have stayed sober for one night to help me? Because the one night that you tried to help me, and I say tried because you weren't sober enough to do so. You sent me 27 pictures. It took you over 4 hours to do that because you were so drunk and you just wanted to talk nonstop. You don't get anything done when you're busy talking, Shannon. You don't get anything done whatsoever, and then you want to talk non-stop. And I'm trying to explain to you what's going on, but no, what you have to say is more important. Your story is more important. Your emotions are more important. Did you ever stop to consider that I'm going through hell, listening to all of that, just begging you to stop drinking just one fucking night and actually help?